This guy just flipped this domain for over $274,000. And to prove it wasn't pure dumb luck, he then flipped this second domain for $230,000 less than a week later. I keep hearing people say domain flipping is dead in 2025, but these two domains that just sold for over $500,000 in just 1 week say otherwise. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the exact 5-step system for spotting domain names worth serious money, and how you can use AI to do this faster than ever. And if you keep watching to the end, I'll show you the #1 mistake that beginners make that stops them from ever making a profit. So you don't have to waste your time or money chasing the wrong domains. This isn't complicated stuff, it's just knowledge that most people never learn. So what we know is girlfriend.ai sold first, making its owner $274,610 on December 24th, 2024. Then just 5 days later, boyfriend.ai sold for $230,000 on December 29th, 2024. But for those of you who don't know, domain flipping really just means buying a domain for a lower price, then reselling it at a higher price than you originally bought it for, resulting in a profit. It's the same concept as real estate flipping, but in this case, it's digital real estate, like domains. But you don't need insider knowledge to profit from these type of domain trends, because I'm going to show you how to identify and take advantage of these domain opportunities, even if you're brand new to buying and selling domains. And we're going to do that with the online tool you see on my screen right here, called Dynadot. Dynadot is a superpowered domain marketplace, and one of the things it's best at is helping people like you and me buy and sell domains for a profit. It even includes an AI domain search tool, which I'll explain how to use in just a minute. But the first step of this tutorial is to create your Dynadot account by clicking right here. I've added a link to the Dynadot website in the video description below, as well as a discount code to get $5 off your first domain purchase. But before I explain how to use Dynadot to help you make money buying and selling domains, first, you need to learn why these two example domains were able to sell for such high prices. Reasons you can also use to evaluate domains that you're thinking of flipping. But I also wanted to say that this tutorial is for beginners. It's not for experts with years of experience flipping domains. I'm keeping it as simple as possible for anyone who's trying this for the first time. But I also created a free video checklist that goes along with this tutorial. You can download the checklist by tapping the link in the description. It includes all of the steps in this tutorial, every AI prompt I use so you can just copy and paste them, and some bonus steps just for my subscribers. So make sure you download a copy of the checklist if you haven't already. And then let's move on to the top 5 criteria that you can use to pick a profitable domain. First is trend virality. The girlfriend and boyfriend.ai domains directly connect with something that is both trending and incredibly viral. What am I talking about? AI. And the topic of AI is not slowing down. So domains with the .ai domain extension or with keywords related to this niche immediately increase their value. Second is memorable keywords. A domain that includes keywords that are easy to remember and recognized worldwide are extremely valuable to businesses, which increase the likelihood of someone wanting to buy it from you. Third is domain length. No one wants a domain that's 6 words and 47 letters long because it's hard to read and it's definitely not memorable. So keep your domain short and to the point. Fourth is a high-valued domain extension or TLD. The most common TLD is .com, but there are now lots of other high-valued domain extensions that you can pick from. For example, .ai, like our 2 examples, or even .io, .online, or even .xyz are becoming very popular. And 5, which is in my opinion the most important of them all. If you want to make the most amount of money buying and selling domains, only purchase domains in high profit niches like health, wealth, beauty, relationships, technology, or finance. Because when you do this, you immediately increase your domain's value because these niches are called evergreen niches, which means they're always in demand. The domains boyfriend and girlfriend.ai are perfect examples of this because they combined the current trend of AI with the profitable niche of relationships and technology. Domains that fit all 5 of these factors are extremely valuable to businesses and investors, some willing to invest thousands to buy just one of these domains. But before we move on to the part where you make money with your domain, here's 3 big mistakes beginners make that will stop anyone from ever wanting to buy your domains. First, never buy a domain with a symbol in it. like a dash or anything like this. Second, never buy a domain with a word that's spelled in a weird way, like cars for sale, where the S is spelled with a Z instead of an S. Why? Because these domains are not easily remembered, and there's an extremely high chance that people will spell it wrong. This results in the buyer getting zero traffic to their website. This is a huge turnoff to domain investors, so never under any circumstances do any of these things. And last, never buy a domain that includes a date, because it will lose relevance fast and very quickly become outdated, and even worse, become completely worthless. So now that you know what to do, and more importantly, what not to do when it comes to buying profitable domains, you're probably wondering, where do you even start? How do you know what keywords or trends to start searching for? Well, thankfully, you don't have to do any keyword research manually anymore, because we now have AI to help us. So if you're a complete beginner, what you're going to do is head over to my favorite research assistant, ChatGPT, and start your search by using this prompt that you can see on my screen right here. And what this prompt is doing is asking ChatGPT to analyze all of the criteria I just covered, and then asking it to create a list of 10 profitable domain keyword ideas for you. And when you enter this prompt and hit submit, you'll see ChatGPT will then analyze your prompt and then create a list for you of trending, profitable keywords and niche combinations that you can use to start your own domain search on Dynadot. But if you're not happy with any of the ideas that ChatGPT gives you at first, you can ask it to give you 10 more ideas. Then repeat the process as many times as you want until you find one you like. I'm going to use this example combination right here because I think it fits our criteria perfectly. It includes a trending topic, memorable keywords, and is related to one of the most profitable niches, relationships, just like our example. And you can see how with the help of AI tools like ChatGPT, you can really speed up the process. But you can't only rely on ChatGPT because even though it's really good at research, ChatGPT actually has no idea if this domain is even available. So how do you know if the domain is actually available to buy? And more importantly, make sure it's actually profitable. That's where Dynadot comes in. Now what you need to do is verify if this domain is actually available, and more importantly, how profitable it is. And if it isn't available, we need to find a similar domain that is available to buy. So here you can see I'm on the Dynadot website. And at this point, you should have your account created from step 1. And one of the features I really love about Dynadot is that they now have an AI domain search tool that makes finding your next profitable domain to buy so simple. To access it, you want to navigate to the AI domain search tool by tapping Domains from the top menu, then AI domain search. That will bring up this page where you can see a search box where you can enter any idea you want, and then the AI will help you find the perfect domain. But don't type anything in this box just yet, because what you're actually going to do is come back over to ChatGPT, copy one of the domain keyword ideas that ChatGPT created for you, then paste it into Dynadot's AI domain search tool and hit enter. And then the AI will tell you if that specific domain name is available right here. And if it's not, it will then bring up a list of similar domains that are available that you can buy. But if you look right here, there's a problem. A lot of the suggestions are for domain extensions that may not have investing value. Remember, you want a premium TLD like .com, .ai, or .io, for example. So what you want to do is click on Filter and select only the top domain extensions. Then hit Submit again. Then the AI search tool will only show you available domains with the top domain extensions. If you don't see a domain you like at first, just repeat the process with another keyword idea from ChatGPT. Now, once you find a domain that you really like, that you think fits all of the criteria that we just talked about, I'm going to pick this one here from the list of examples. You think it's checked all the boxes. It's memorable, it's short, it has a good TLD, it fits within a trending or viral topic, and it's also within a profitable niche. You're good to go, right? Wrong. Don't get excited yet thinking you just found your winning domain. First, you need to verify that it's actually going to be in demand, and more importantly, that it's going to be profitable. To do that, first copy the domain you think you want to buy. Then click Domains from the top menu. Next, select the domain appraisal tool from the menu. That will bring up this page here where you want to paste your domain into this box and then hit Appraise. The Dynadot appraisal tool will tell you the estimated value, if it's available, and also an accurate explanation of why it's worth the price, which you can see right here. Dynadot is an expert on buying and selling domains. So this value right here is what will tell you if the domain is actually profitable or not. And what you're looking for at the very least is that this domain's estimated value is higher than the purchase price. For our example, you can see it definitely is. If this estimated value is below the purchase price of the domain, do not buy it. But as I just mentioned, this domain is well above the purchase price and has an estimated value of over $4,000 at the time of making this video. Once you find a domain that is profitable, you can purchase it by clicking Add to Cart right here. And one other great feature that Dynadot has that I want to point out quickly is that they also give you a free professional email and website when you purchase your domain. And believe it or not, these two things can increase the value of your domain to potential buyers. But once you purchase your domain, it will appear here in your Dynadot dashboard, where you can either decide to hold it as an investment to sell later, or immediately list it for sale. But since the point of this whole video is how to flip a domain for a profit, let's move on to the last step, which is how to actually sell your domain. So you've done the hard part. You found a valuable domain, bought it at the right price, and now it's sitting in your account. But here's where most people get stuck. How do you actually sell it? So let's go over the best ways to sell your domain quickly and for maximum profit. The easiest way to sell a domain is by listing it on Dynadot's user marketplace. This marketplace puts your domain in front of thousands of potential buyers who are actively searching for domains to buy right now. Here's how to list your domain for sale on the Dynadot marketplace. First, go to My Domains in the left menu. Next, click Manage Domains. Then select the domain you want to sell and check the box next to it. From the Action drop-down menu, choose Sell Domain. Then in the settings, change the drop-down from None to Marketplace. Next, set your price and add a description for your domain. If you're not sure what to write for your description, you can use Dynadot's AI to do that for you. Then click Save Settings. Once your domain is listed, buyers will be able to find it and purchase it directly from the Dynadot marketplace. You can also list your domain for sale in a user auction, where you can attract more competitive buyers and potentially increase your sale price. Dynadot's user auctions allow you to sell at a starting bid and let buyers place competing offers on your domain. Here's how to list your domain in a user auction. Go to the user auction section by clicking right here. Next, click Sell on Dynadot. Choose the domain you want to auction and select Auction instead of Not for Sale. Then set a starting price for your domain. And last, click Save Settings. Your domain will now be listed in an auction for 7 days. Buyers can place bids, and at the end of the auction, the highest bidder wins. But one important thing I want to point out is, once somebody places a bid, you cannot cancel the auction. So make sure you're 100% sure about your starting price before you list it. Now, at this point, we've covered the basics of buying and selling domains for a profit.